Bringing you some breaking news here, guys. CTI Radio here. 6IX9INE has been released from prison. Tekashi 6IX9INE, the rapper who literally snitched on his whole gang, has been released from prison. I suppose he's probably going to be on house arrest, but let's dive into this. Yeah, so it was reported earlier today that 6IX9INE was going to get released from prison. The prosecutors had till 5 o'clock to come up with any information why they think he should not be released from prison. Basically, what happened was he put in an appeal earlier this week saying he should be released from where he was being held because he had really bad asthma, and obviously what's going on right now with the pandemic, he was a health risk and he should be released. His lawyer then went to the judge that originally sentenced him and said, listen, brought him all of this information and said, can you release him? Can you let him out early? Maybe put him on house arrest? And the judge was like, it's not up to me. It's up to the Federal Bureau of Prisons. You have to go speak to them. And you need to get also a signature from the prosecutor. Obviously, the prosecutors were like, no, obviously not. We don't want him out. He needs to serve the rest of his sentence. And also, the prisons aren't going to sign off on that. So his lawyer then actually went to the prison and said, listen, are you willing to let 6IX9INE out a little bit earlier? And they said, I think he's actually forgot. It actually isn't us that's in charge of what's going on with him. Because he's actually in protective custody. It actually isn't under the Federal Bureau of Prisons responsibilities to decide whether he is released or not. So the judge was then informed by 6IX9INE's lawyers. Basically, just a little background what goes on in America. If you put into protective custody, then you're actually under the control of the U.S. Marshals, who are directly controlled by the let's say, for example, the judge that sentenced you. So you don't have to go through the Bureau of Prisons to get any signatures like that. You just need to speak to the judge and get the judge to sign off on it. The judge obviously then went to the prosecutors and said, listen, all this has been found out. Obviously, we didn't realise this is how it works somehow. I don't know how that went under the radar. So the prosecutors were like, yeah, we don't really give a fuck actually. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you can go out. So obviously the judge signed off on it. So yeah, you got to think he's going to be on house arrest. That's what I'm going to think. I actually said this on Saturday on my podcast. Go check it out, by the way, after this video. That I was very surprised that he wasn't serving the rest of his time at home because of these issues. As I say, he's got really bad asthma apparently. And Kuda B was also released. So I did think it was quite strange that he wasn't serving the rest of his sentence at his house. Kuda B, by the way, the guy who actually originally did the drive-by on Chief Keef, which got a lot of them sentenced. It was one of the big pieces of evidence. Kuda B was the one who fired the shots at Chief Keef during that drive-by in Times Square. So if he was released, then why is 6IX9INE not released? And now he is. So all them questions are answered. My opinion, you got to think there's some kind of retaliation coming from someone. Either the rest of the 9 trays, if there's any left. I mean, obviously you saw the massive numbers thrown at all the big guys in the 9 Trey Blood, just especially the leaders and everything. So a lot of that structure has been broke down. So it would either be retaliation from the rest of the 9 Trays if there's any left, or just Bloods in general, or anyone who he tried to snitch on, anyone who he had beefs with. There's got to be a ticking clock on the top of his head. I think he was saying he couldn't wait to see his daughter and his girlfriend, which is a bit weird for me because I don't even know if you're going to be able to see him. Like, you've got to think that maybe he's going to be obviously on house arrest for 24 hours. He might not be able to have visitors. He's going to have people watching his house. He's going to have people checking his tracking bracelet on his ankle. So the freedom that he has probably is better than prison, but you've got to think until August 2nd he ain't moving out of the house at all. I mean, he can probably record music because he's got his own studio wherever he might be placed. But that'd be about it. Guys, I wanted to bring you this breaking news. It's, as I say, it's a little bit of a shorter video than I usually give you. If you like this kind of content, give it a like, give it a share. Go follow the group on Facebook. Go follow the Instagram group. With that being said, guys, what do you think of this whole situation with 6IX9INE being released early? I just do what I let you know. I am going to be releasing a special episode of the intro with possible what's the word I'm looking for? Guest appearances, let's say that, from some people that I know that really like Dummy Boy, which is the album that I'm going to be discussing, the initial album that he released before all this started happening in I think it was October 2018. I thought it was a really good project that he worked on. He had a lot of good collaborations on there, and I know some other people will have their opinion on it as well. So I'm going to be bringing you that tomorrow. With that being said, guys, peace. Treyway.